Hi, this is Brooks with Character Design Forge. I figured I was long overdue to share some time-lapse artwork with you guys, so in this video are a few characters you've seen before, and a few characters you've seen before. Really, these are two characters that I actually showed off in my previous time-lapse video, which I think was 5 characters rendered in a new style. And not huge changes with these characters. The first one here is Parcel. The reason that I keep changing and iterating on this character is really to add some detail. So the original version was an entry in my 100 Days, 100 Characters series, and that version of the character was almost like a mascot, almost like something you'd put on a logo, because it was just kind of this one-off entry for a delivery service. But as I kind of came up with a bit more of a story for the character, realizing that she needs to be able to express more and do more, I've been adding a lot of detail and extra complexity to the character, and in this pass it was mostly with the clothing. So I'm using the same rendering style that I had in that previous video, where I will flat out the color shapes after sketching and then use a multiply layer with a lighter color like a blue or purple to shade and add some texture. Also, by the time I finished up this character, there was really nothing in the background, and I was trying to think of what could be an interesting background. You actually see me add there the thirds of yellow, red, and blue to the face, which is just kind of the way that blood and light hit the face, so just a subtle change there. But for the background, I ended up going, because these colors are a little bit of a sunset-y color, and the way that the light is hitting her is a little bit like a sunset, I ended up going for like a vintage Pan Am poster look, which I think ended up looking pretty cool. Okay, so next up is a character I can finally stop calling Port the Support, which has kind of been his working name for a while in a couple of these videos. So proud to announce his name, I'm gonna go with Gorth, G-O-R-T-H. So not a huge departure, but at least it's not that just the word support segmented out. So before I started this illustration, I had done some sketches on paper to really just figure out the base of the character without all of his gear on. I felt like that was important. A few changes, like in the legs. The legs on the old version look a little stunted, a little bit like 2 fingers trying to walk. So I added some balance. So we always want to add some S's to our character designs, and so the kind of S back on his legs there now, and his feet are a little stubbier. And I had to move to a new canvas to fit his massive head, or his hat rather, adding the backpack there. I ended up trying to render him in that same gelatinous style that I did before, even though the final version of the character might use a little bit more of a flat rendering style. And I've been trying to do a lot lately with color, trying to make color palettes ahead of time, intentionally, trying to operate within sort of the same range of hues. So that's what I was able to do here. Make a good 80% of the character this green, and these green offshoots, and then a little bit in a contrasting orange and red. And I ended up changing the color of the gloves here to a more of the same red as his nose, so that they look a little bit like leather gloves. It helps just to break up the colors because it's a little bit monotonous the way that it looks now, and it also helps draw some attention to the hands, especially because hands end up doing a lot of work and gesturing and expressing. And right here at the end, just a bonus time lapse, again using the same Parcel artwork, but re-rendering her with this very vibrant, flat color shape style that I had started with my Dire Knots illustrations from a while back. And with this one, I'm using, again, a color palette, because I've been working on my colors, that's a little bit more vibrant, and the hues all match together a little bit more intentionally. Thank you guys for watching and for your interest in my personal work. I know that usually my videos are meant to help you with your art, but it definitely does not go unnoticed when you show some interest in mine in return. With these characters, I have some projects that I'm working with them on, and I really can't wait to show you more of them as I make some progress. That's it for me today. I'm making new videos every week at Character Design Forge. Subscribing on YouTube lets you know when new videos are made available. If this or any of my videos have ever been entertaining or educational for you, please consider backing me on Patreon at patreon.com/bageldenizen. Thank you for watching, and have fun creating.